Hi, I'm Violet Van Hees, and welcome to Grow Your Movement Freedom. And today I'm going to talk about a topic that I often weave through other videos that I've done, other things that I've said, but I want to focus on it today. So here's the fabulous thing. Our bodies are smart, and our bodies are capable of learning from our own experience all through our entire life. They're finding more and more research to support that our whole nervous system and our brain and our experience and everything feeds into continual learning and adaptation to the world. And the more we're aware of this and working with it, the more we can harness this capacity inside our bodies to create what we want for ourselves in terms of more freedom, more ease, more comfort, more strength in our movement. And the extent to which we don't pay attention to it, we end up just living with what's there, kind of figuring that's it and that's all I can do. So you have a choice about whether to become curious and look at what's possible based on what your body is telling you about what works for you. Or to just kind of figure, forget it, this is the way I am. And as you've probably figured out, I'm in the camp of encouraging curiosity, encouraging the ability to see what's new and interesting for your body so that you can get more freedom and do what you want now and into the future. So one of the really key things is that the ways in which our body is tight or feeling pain or in which our movement is limited, those things are in our body because at one point in our life, when they started, they were a good idea. So our nervous system is always looking for ways to keep us going and to keep us safe. The fundamental drive of your nervous system is to keep you safe. And so all the things that are happening, if I have a tightness or a bracing or back pain or something, started at one point as a good idea. It was the best thing my body and my whole self could figure out to do at that point in time to deal with whatever was going on. The thing is, though, that we learn from experience, and sometimes our experience gets us into something that worked at the time it first happened, but might be in the way now if we do it all the time. But our body, thinking that it was a really good idea the first time it happened, will keep on doing it until it feels something new that works better. So a really good example of this is if you get injured and you end up bracing in the place where you were injured. So when I hurt my knee last year, my leg braced really firmly all the way up and down the leg and into the hip joint and into my back. And that was a good thing at the time to help protect the knee joint. But I knew that I couldn't keep walking around like that. But if I hadn't done something to try out new ways of moving to allow my body to experience that it was safe and reasonable to try something else, my body might have continued to move like that, to continue to brace and to hold those bracing patterns because they were really useful at the time I had the injury. And your body goes, well, if it was good then, let's do it all the time. And so as a being who learns, we need to keep looking at, have we picked up things over time that were useful once but are in the way now, that might not serve us well now? And certain kinds of body tightness, body pain, which is a signal saying, I think there's a problem, when there is no problem anymore, can be shifted. So here's your tip for today. Here are 3 questions that your body loves when you're learning something new. And if you can say yes to these 3 questions, then it's likely that some new choice can come into what you do and how you can do things. So the first question is, does this feel safe? And these are questions you're going to ask your body. You're going to see what your body has to say about this, because your body's pretty sure your brain's had some wonky ideas over time, and your body believes what it experiences. So you're going to check in with your body and see what your body has to say about this. So the question, does this feel safe? You'll get a sense somewhere in your body that, yeah, okay, this feels pretty safe. And it's not going to do something that feels unsafe because it's going to go like, why would I do that? That's a stupid idea, right? So you can listen to what your body has to say about the question, does this feel safe? And the second question is, does this feel reasonable? Reasonable thing to do. So for example, you might be told that something is in a normal range of motion. It's a normal thing that people can do, but for you, that full range of motion does not feel reasonable at this time. So the thing is to listen to what feels reasonable at this time and allow yourself to work within that range of what's reasonable and safe. And then the third question is, does this feel useful? Is this at least as useful as something that you've been doing up until now, as the thing you've been doing till now? Because your body's going to go, if it's more useful than what I've been doing, great. If I can lift something better or stand better or walk better or push something better or sit more easily, all of those things are good. But if it's less useful than before, it go, well, why would I do that? That's a silly thing, right? So those three questions, does this feel safe? Does this feel reasonable? And does this feel useful? Are great ways to guide an exploration for yourself, to find out whether something new works for you or not. And if something doesn't work for you, if you're feeling like somebody's told you, oh, this is the best exercise ever, you should do this, right? And you go off and you try it and it doesn't feel good and your body's kind of going, ew, right? For whatever reason, or you hurt or something happens. Then if you check with these three questions, probably one or more of them is not being met. It doesn't feel safe, it doesn't feel reasonable, or it doesn't feel useful to you. And so then you can shift around what you're doing and how you're doing it to see if you can find something that does match those three questions. So you might do something differently, or you might do something different. The thing itself might be a bit different, but you have to come at it differently. So that you can find something that works and meets your body's interest, your own experience of what's something good for you. So I invite you to go out there, be curious about what your body has to say about things. Really start to notice how smart your body is in terms of being able to sense things, notice things. And if you're finding that you're really getting stuck in stuff or something's beyond what's making sense to you, I can help with that because this is what I do. I love doing this. I love helping people explore and find this kind of freedom in your own experience to guide you with it. All right? So happy exploring, have a good couple of weeks, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.